for the regular school board meeting, October 22nd at 6:06. Everybody can stand, pledge of allegiance, a moment of silence. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which is one under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, moving on to item C, the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting?
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any comments? Nope. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Okay. Item 2, business operations. I will now suspend the regular board meeting and call to order the public meeting of the superintendent contract. We will start with item B, public comment. Sandra, you are up first.
Okay, I'm Sandra Edged, one of the high school special education teachers directly in charge of the education for 22 of our junior and senior students. Respectfully, I want to express to our board some of the concerns discussed by NN teachers over the past few days regarding the proposed contract for a new superintendent. First and foremost, we absolutely want a quality superintendent for our corporation. It seems that this new excessively incentivized contract is suitable, though, for someone who would be dedicating their time fully to actively being in our corporation every day, not just 2.5 days per week. The timing for voting on this new contract is also a little concerning, since our teachers are actively in bargaining right now. It doesn't seem that this is the right time to be hiring anyone with all of these extra benefits and bonuses on top of an increased but fair base salary, while us teachers are anxiously awaiting the outcome of a new contract that I pray fixes the grid and pays each of us an increased but fair wage based on our years of dedication to this corporation. Our interim superintendent, Dr. Razor, helped to steer our board in deciding what our new superintendent needed to be offered in order to be attracted to our corporation. But now he has decided to collect on all of the incentives, raise base pay, plus everything extra, and take the job himself. He had been asked several times at board meetings and after board meetings and at different times to take the job, but he refused because of where he lived, very understandably. The concerning part, though, is now that he has helped put all those things in, now he's going to be the one to take those, but only dedicate the 2.5 days to the corporation. Personally, my biggest concern is the excessive $1,000 per month that our district will be paying our new superintendent to buy a new car, fuel it with gas, and pay the insurance on it to drive to our district for 2.5 days of work. Please don't get me wrong, and don't read more into this than just the passing of concerns, because I am very excited, mostly because if our board is voting to invest this much on a new superintendent who will only be working in the district part-time, then they'll be voting, sorry, I lost my place. Then they will surely vote on investing in us teachers who are dedicated so many years to this corporation, which many of us proudly claim NN as our alma mater as well. Thank you for your time.
Tiffany?
My name is Tiffany Sinkowski, and I've been a teacher for the North Newton School Corporation for 11 years, and I'm also the president of the Teachers Union. I want I just want everyone to know that Dr. Razor has been working very hard with our building administrators, employees, and the school board to right the ship here at North Newton School Corporation. He was called to do a job that turned out to be bigger than what we all realized, and we are steadily making progress. What first was meant to be a 90-day contract has turned to a bit more than what anyone expected. He is now going to join the corporation for the next 3 years, and we are looking forward to the stability that this district so desperately needs. I also would like to share that we, the teachers union, are working collaboratively with the school board members and the superintendent to come up with a fair contract for all teachers in the district. The corporation has been very transparent with the finances for the first time ever, giving the union a financial presentation and several options for increases. We are very excited to be very close to securing a contract for the current school year within a couple of weeks. Thank you all for working together with us.
Is anybody else in the crowd that would like to speak? This is your opportunity if you have not signed up. Since this is a public hearing, we can do that. Oh, okay. Thank you to everybody that spoke. Moving on to item C, the approval of the superintendent contract. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the superintendent contract?
Move to approve.
I will second that.
Thank you. Any discussion that anybody would like to say?
I will, but I'll let you go first.
I would just like to say I am extremely excited from sitting here from a board perspective with how many superintendents we have gone through to have somebody come in with a steady hand. And what we're trying to do is always focus on the quality of work that you have given us, and it has been phenomenal. I am very excited for the continuity that you're going to bring to us, the administrators, the staff, all the employees, and to the community. And you are always accessible. I mean, I've literally called you on Saturdays, and you will pick up the phone, answer any question, do any research, get back to us. And I'm pretty sure other board members have done that as well. I've heard them say that. And administrators, I know you talk to them on and off and take business calls as you're driving, back and forth. So I'm very excited.
For me, being the newest member on the school board and bringing an outside perspective on this, I think I'm very grateful this board thought outside the box to find some solution that is, I think, going to be a good resolution and long-term stability. I know some of the board members have said many times insanity is the definition of doing everything over and over again the same way you've done it previously. So for me, I'm very grateful. I think that Dr. Razor is the perfect fit for us. And I'm very excited about what we can offer. I'm not worried about the remote stuff. People do that in professional life all the time. I'm very confident that he will be here when we need him. He will always be available, and he will be working diligently to make sure that our school corporation moves forward. The dollar amount, to be transparent and clear for everybody, is less than what we were paying the previous multiple people that were doing his position, and less including the financial side of stuff, which he helps out with. So if anybody wants to actually talk real numbers and discuss what was spent previously and what we're spending now, you may reach out to me. I will give you, like Tiffany said, we're very transparent in our collective bargaining. I will show you exactly what we have and how we spent what we did. So for me personally, thank you all. I think it's a great move. I'm looking forward. And we're counting on you to carry on the same way you've been. So thank you.
I was the one that headed off the superintendent search. My fellow board members asked, and I was in direct contact with Steve Horton, who is from the ISBA. And when this opportunity was presented to the board, full transparency, roped Stephen and Mr. Horton, direct email, Dr. Razor has indicated that he would like to stay in a more permanent role. He appreciates the hard work that he has given to our corporation. He has made significant strides in correcting a very difficult situation that has been left by our previous administration. It is not a small task at all for anybody stepping into an interim superintendent position to take on, and he did it flawlessly. It appears that for our consideration and for his Dr. Horton or Mr. Horton, he has said, I think that the continuity is the best thing for your corporation right now. Allowing the current relationship to develop can pay for great dividends. I also understand that he's not in a position to move into the community full time and being in the office 5 days a week. But however, with technology nowadays, that no longer prevents someone from being effective as long as there is commitment to strong communication and willingness to be there when necessary. This should work out. And there are actually other small corporations that have functioned very, very well in similar arrangements. For me, we talk about results, we talk about receipts. In the short 7 months that Dr. Razor has been here, just a little bit of a snapshot of what he has done. He has raised our minimum wage to $16 an hour. He's provided pay increases for nearly all staff and found sustainable solutions for anyone that is missed. His motto is find a problem, fix a problem. He ensured that every educational position was filled before the school year began, and that has not happened in years. He is working very hard with the collective bargaining committee, which is Mr. Bridgman, Mr. Mark, and myself, and our union representatives. The goal, as we would love to get to a 1 year, but we're also looking ahead to possibly knock out a 2-year contract if it's willing. We're negotiating, we're doing fair, we're giving everything transparency, and it's all because we've got him at the helm. Alan agrees. He's helped strengthen our central office team to improve efficiency and support. In discussion with the board, he's in discussion with the board on how to bring more CTE courses to North Newton and update our facilities to offer everything that we can for our students. He's been developing plans for preschool, early childhood programs, and before and after school care, along with roping in our administration with those. He's supporting our administrators to strengthen MTSS to ensure that every student gets what they need. He's been collaborating with our financial team and grant writers to maximize savings and resources. Dr. Razor's leadership is focused on our people, the progress, and long-term success of our students, staff, and community. He has told me he feels like if he were to leave right now, there would be so much that wouldn't be done, and he is not ready to walk away. So that's the reason why he would really like to stay. And as Mr. Mark said, I'm the one that always says it. I have said it time and time again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If we all want different results, which is what we want, therefore we need to adjust our actions, and this is one of those steps that we need to do. And that's what I have to say about that.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
well
you.
said, Sam.
I also do have one more, if you don't mind, because we've been called out on social media. I did have Cassie Vanderwall reach out, and she would like to say, in the few short months that Dr. Razor has been with us, our school corporation has seen positive, effective change. From the minute he arrived, you can tell he had a plan. One of the first things I noticed when listening to him speak was he used the word we. It was never your school or your situation. He was invested in us. As a lifelong Spartan, I am honored that he has chosen to stay with us. He handled the financial fiasco that was dire and months long in a way that was fiscally responsible and proactive for most of our employees and the corporation. He is honest and transparent in his work and makes conscious effort to answer questions earnestly. He doesn't shy away from difficult discussions with the board or constituents. He is beginning to lay foundations for long-term plans, including improvements to our schools as well. In years past, we have gotten what we paid for: inexperienced and somewhat unqualified people who weren't invested in being a Spartan. Dr. Razor has shown in his short time with us that he is committed to professionalism, excellence, and investment in our school community. Maybe it's time we think outside the norm and we set our own path. His vision, leadership, and guidance has been unmatched since Mr. Haas. I'm excited about the future for our schools with him at the helm. Choosing Dr. Razor as our superintendent is a worthy investment in our students and our schools. Our Spartans deserve the best, and I can't think of anyone better to lead us all. And that is from Cassie Vanderwall. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Does anybody else have anything else? No. I do know that the biggest concern was the amount of money, the amount of knowledge and experience that this man has is something that you're not going to find anywhere. And I know that that causes a lot of concern. but we have to take advantage of it, and we have to do what's right, and this is what's right for the future of this school. And Dr. Razor is going to make sure it happens, and we fully support that. So I just wanted to add that. Okay. We've had a motion and a second to approve the superintendent contract. We've had discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. Tyson, can I say something before we adjourn?
Absolutely, say something before we adjourn.
All right. I don't often read, but I want to make sure that I get out everything that I'm thinking about. So thank you. I want to thank the board for their confidence and our staff for their dedication and the community for the support that's carried us through a very, very important transition. When I first arrived, the first priority was triage, quite literally life-saving measures to keep the district operating. Once the immediate crisis was addressed, the next focus was stability, rebuilding systems, strengthening communications, and reestablishing trusts. Now we're moving into the next phase, sustained growth and long-term success. As the permanent superintendent, my focus is going to be clear: sustaining and growing enrollment by taking care of our people and giving our students more opportunities and better outcomes. When our staff feel supported and valued, they perform at their best. And when our students are thriving, families notice and they choose to be a part of that success. We will also continue restoring this community's faith in its public schools. I believe schools are the bedrock of our communities, and that's where the pride, opportunity, and hope are built. But I want to be clear about something. I'm not here for the status quo or doing things like they've always been done, whether it be here or someplace else. I'm about results, forward progress, and measurable impact. Every decision that we make will be driven by what moves North Newton forward, what strengthens our people, improves our systems, and delivers better outcomes and opportunities for kids. That's how we'll continue building a district our community can be proud of. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I will now adjourn the public meeting on the superintendent contract and reopen the regular school board meeting, starting with item A, the administrator reports, and we have Mrs. Blake first.
All right, so at Morocco, back on October 14th, we hosted Matt Wilhelm, who delivered a great message on anti-bullying that focused on kindness, positivity, and the difference one person can make. The kids really enjoyed his BMX riding that went along with his assembly, so they really enjoyed that. Our teachers have been working hard on MTSS process and building visual data walls. This has led to a great conversation on interventions and meeting students where they're at in order to plan for their success. Grades 4 through 6 are currently taking the iLearn Checkpoint 1, which will help monitor students and better prepare them for the summative iLearn in the spring. Third grade took this at the beginning of October. With the state proficiency level at 45% for math, I just want to say that our third grade math scores, they are at a 74% proficiency rate. So much higher than the state level, so we are pleased with that. All the hard work, the MTSS, it's all coming together. Next week we have Red Ribbon Week. There's fun dress up days that's going to match with each message that we put along through that. Thank you to Jean Bell and the Coalition for a Drug-Free Newton County. Every year they sponsor the free t-shirts, and they also donate giveaways for our students that we will also be providing next week. And then our kindergarten is planning their second walking field trip next Monday to the Story Walk. Thank you, Deb Arsenal, for providing our kindergarten class materials and making this a possibility for us.
So I don't have a PowerPoint like Mr. Brooks did, so I apologize for that. But I know. That's into a T. So recently we had our PSAT testing right before fall break. So we have that with grades 9 through 11, and our seniors were out doing community service on that day. They did great, turned in the paperwork with that. They also recently had their Invest Ed meeting for FAFSA at the beginning of the month. We had a great turnout for that. Parent-teacher conferences went really well, especially for junior high kiddos. Those classes or slots were almost all completely full. Our 7th and 8th graders are doing the Checkpoint 1 for iLearned. They started that today and then continue tomorrow with that. Seems to be going well. The iPad's kind of a transition with that. Next Tuesday, our JAG class, along with some of our seniors and juniors, are going to Lake County Fair for a construction and skilled trade fair. So that's a good opportunity for some of those students. Our Spanish class will be going to, on Halloween, a celebration of Day of the Dead with the Spanish class. This movie that they go see in restaurants. I can't think of the name. I thought I wrote it down, so I apologize for that, but they're excited for that. And then we have our band concert next Thursday. One of the things that we're kind of looking at long range is the work-based learning, especially with our new high school diploma with the current freshmen. That's going to be like a big part of the seal with it. And I've been talking to the South Newton principal as well, working with Mike Rowe with that to try to get that out, that message out as well, and see what we can set up for our students. And that's about it right now.
Mr. Bethune.
No. That's the way I feel right now. I don't like to speak in public. All right, so we've had our iPad deployment and the usage. Already, that's was our biggest thing for this year. So this school year, the students have responded very positively. Who we've talked to and the staff that we've talked to the new iPads compared to the Chromebooks last year. Most of the students that we've talked to all said we love the iPads, we hated the Chromebooks. But the feedback's been positive. We have seen a significant reduction in damage already. To date, we only have had 3 iPads that have been damaged, and they weren't shattered. They were just maybe a crack here or there. So compared to the much higher incidents we had with the Chromebooks at this time already. So that's a big plus. The only recurring issue we've had involves the keyboard case combination, which was found to have a manufacturing defect. So, and apparently it was made in China. So the company, Zag, they're the vendor. They're fully aware of the issue, and they've been extremely responsive with us. We've held weekly calls with them trying to figure out, hey, what are we going to do about this? We've got to have this because it's causing a lot of issues for the students. Can't use their iPads, and we swap them out and everything. But they, with their engineering support team, they've told us that they have they've already found the issue. They're working on developing a new design, a revised design to take that in consideration, and undergoing third-party stressing testings with it and everything to validate the durability. Zag said they anticipate completing this process within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And once they do fix it, they have said they will replace every one of our cases. So no cost to us. It's just a headache that we're having to deal with right now. From what we can have been told, that everybody likes them. The cases that work great. It's just whatever that defect they had, something internally. Because of that, with the cases, the testing that's been going on, the main testing that's going to be going on with iLearn and all that as well, we have taken some of the old Chromebooks and set up a whole set, like a classroom set, and deliver them to the grade schools, so that if they are testing in a case the keyboard stops working, they can transition into the keyboard to a Chromebook at least to continue testing. That way, I try to do a proactive measure just to try and make sure that we get that taken care of. Also, the IT department, we've been in discussions with multiple website service providers to explore modern, more dynamic, and user-friendly options for the district online presence. our goal is to move away from what we currently have, which is a static, difficult to update system, toward a platform that allows real-time communication and engagement. Right now, we've been told by several people that try to update it, they do not like how it's how you have to go into. It's not very user-friendly. I don't like it myself either when I'm trying to update it. So we're been seeking solutions that enables like a live website, more what you see with a lot of the other school corporations around. We've been talking with those schools that have, like South Newton. We're looking at the people that they have, KV, Rensselaer, and so forth. And not only are we looking at what they have to offer, but they also have looking into doing a one-stop shop where it comes, like if you update on the website to communicate, it goes on out to all our social media platforms. We can use it for, like we're already using with School Messenger. It could replace for School Messenger doing the same thing, so it's only once that they're having to do any distribution across all of the communication channels. And also looking at an actual app for students and parents using an actual app on their phone. A lot of times, some of the apps that we've seen with other schools, it takes you out of the app, goes into a web browser, and then you got to go back in. So just kind of some other things, just to look at that. We're also continue to make steady progress to try to create a more secure and flexible hybrid environment to support the district's evolving technology needs. The strategy ensures that the staff can work efficiently whether they're on-site or remote. That's kind of the one thing, big thing, and consistent access to applications and our data. Right now, you can't really access any of the internal systems outside without specific integrations and stuff that it makes it a little difficult for the user to try to actually do it. As that part of that modernization effort, the next generation of our staff device replacement will hopefully transition from our desktop computers to laptops equipped with docking stations. That's our next goal in the future here. This change promotes mobility, supports remote work and collaboration, and reduces long-term maintenance and replacement costs. Instead of replacing a laptop or a desktop, it's one device instead of multiple devices throughout the years. And that's kind of the technology update. Now, I do have another report that I know that Mrs. Gonzi has been interested in. So, our esports program. So our esports team is in their 4th year. We started in 2021, and we've just kicked off the fall season split. We do 2 seasons, spring and fall, and they run for 6 weeks, scattered throughout the whole fall and the whole spring, and then 6 weeks in the spring. But after 3 weeks full of competition, our teams are off to a good start. We currently have 18 students on the eSport team competing across 6 different games throughout the week. And then we do Tetris, and we have 1 student, Omar Espino. He's been stacking up his wins, and he is currently 5th overall out of 56 players. He's got a record of 6-3. We have Kenna Aki, I think that's how to pronounce that last name. She's been competing in chess. And then we have our Overwatch team, and that's a 5-on-5 team battle, and it's with Aubrey Sims, Carter Williams, Colin Prisk, Annabelle Cuthbertson, and Connor Dick. And then we have our Super Smash Brothers team. That is Connor Dick, Colin Prisk, Dominic Hales, Skylar McElroy, and Jacob Cook. They did compete in a match tonight before coming to here. Although they lost, they competed all the way to the end, and they lost at the very end. So they had a real good shot at winning it. Our big two teams, though, are our Mario Kart teams. That consists of Connor Dick, Colin Prisk, Dominic Hales, Skylar McElroy, and Jacob Cook. They are currently 3-0. They got 3 more to go for the fall match, and then we move into the spring, and then that's when they're hoping to make the state finals. They defeated Wabash, South Adams, and Tri-Central High Schools, and they haven't dropped a match yet. When they're competing, it's a best of 3, and they've won the first 2 every time. So, and they've been pretty dominant. They're pretty excited about it, and they're ready to go to the state finals with that. And then we also have what's Minecraft Bed Wars. That is Colin Priss, Skip Saylor, Annabelle Cuthbertson, Dominic Hales, Carter Williams, and Jacob Cook. They are also undefeated. They're currently in second place in their division. There's 3 divisions. There's a single A, double A, and a triple A. We're in single A. The Minecraft Bed Wars is a 4-man team that goes against 3 other 4-man teams. So it's 3 other schools that they compete against all at once. And just as an update or kind of an update of it, the Indiana Esports Network has grown to over 250 plus schools in Indiana in the last 5 years since it was founded, with just 13 schools in 2020. The state title tournaments for each game has been set up at the end of April every year. And the last 2 years, it's been at Ball State University's esports facility. And this year in April, they'll be again at Ball State. We hope to have at least 3 teams that can go. They look like they're all pretty excited. They're all been pretty pumped about it this year. We had, the first year we did it, we had a great turnout. I think we had almost 30 kids. We took 1 team all the way to the state finals for Rocket League. We went all the way undefeated, but they lost in the finals. So they were runner-up for the state. But then the next couple of years, we had kind of a drop-off. I think last year was when we started our uptick again. We only had about 14 kids last year, but now we had about 20 that started this year, but they kind of dropped off. We kind of hope that this will pick up and continue. The sophomore class has been pretty strong. So with us, so that's it.
Dr. Razor.
Yes. I have a pretty brief report this evening. As a lot of things have already been mentioned, we are actively working with our union partners, as was mentioned, with the negotiations team, and working to get the best possible outcome we can while remaining fiscally responsible and sustainable. Speaking of that, we are now working to start creating budgets for the next fiscal year. And as we pointed out to our union partners and everyone, our budgeting hasn't been the best in the past. So what we're going to do in the beginning is we're going to create 6-month budgets. So we're going to have a January to June, which will get us through the spring semester, and then work for the fall semester. Also help keep our hands around things a little bit better for that. I know that Ms. Blake referred to it earlier, but something that you haven't heard me talk a lot about has been academics, because I've been so fiscally and operationally focused. But when you take the job, you take the whole job. And now academic focus, something I've had a great deal of success with as an academic leader, is an MTSS room. And what that is a data room where each school has every kid's name on the wall, where their specific needs are, how they're progressing toward those needs, and we're working at building those out in all the schools. So in a few weeks, when the question is what is MTSS and how does it work, you're going to have a physical space in each school you can walk into and see exactly how it's impacting kids individually. And that's really the essence of MTSS. And then from an operational standpoint, Mr. Hills and I met with representatives from NIPSCO last week around some energy saving things we could do because, as you know, our bills have increased quite a bit. We did find out good news that the pump for the pool that we had to replace can be fully rebated from NIPSCO through an energy efficiency rebate. So that'll be money we'll be getting back. They also let us know that they will pay for annual maintenance tune-ups on all of our HVACs in all 4 of our buildings. So that should help with our efficiency, as well as they helped us line out what's the most efficient way to seek rebates when we move toward LED lighting in the high school. So that's some exciting things, and they've been very good partners with us and offered some stuff that we hadn't even thought of. So that's positive, and more to report on all of that. That's my report for this evening.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just want to, thanks for the collective bargaining part. I just want to make a note for the finance committee. We've been getting a lot of reports, and I want to say thank you to Patty and Missy for the meetings that I've been giving you on daily requests for financials. So thank you, girls, hands down. Without you, we would not be able to get where we've been able to get so far. So keep up the good work. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, because I can't even keep up with half of his emails all the time.
I mean,
I'll check it, and then a minute later, there's like 5 more, and I'm like, "What are you? How many cups of coffee have you had today?"
I've had a lot, and I've been asking a lot of
Let it
questions.
come back. Yeah, like decaf.
I try not to send them at 2 or 3 in the morning anymore. I try to send them when I'm sleeping, but again, without you guys getting us that information, we would not be able to provide the information for the collective bargaining, nor would be able to provide the information for budgeting. So from all of us, thank you. Thank you.
I just have something real quick.
Yep.
We're gonna go into policies, but we met on October 7th and the 15th, and so we have several listed on there tonight. So I want to thank the policy committee, myself, Melissa, and Samantha, and Dr. Mike and Deborah. Very productive meetings. First time ever since I've been on a policy committee that we've actually sat down with the superintendent and knocked out policies, and we've got a lot to get through because you've told us we're way behind. So we are going to be meeting again on October 28th and then November 11th, and we're going to keep continuing like twice a month and keep rolling them through so we can get those updated. So thank you guys, and thank you at central office for making the time to meet with us to get this done.
Want to add anything for bargaining?
You can
I
do
mean, we had another meeting with the bargaining team. I think there was 12 members last night. Very productive. We are looking forward to getting a deal done on time or before the deadline for the first time for a while. So I thought it was very productive, open, honest, transparent. I hope everybody felt that way from last night. And hopefully we can get a good, solid, fair deal for our educators that will keep them happy.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 4, I think it's everybody's favorite spot, recognition. Item A, student spotlight. Mrs. Blake, I think you are first. Yeah, Mr. Downing.
Yep. Okay, great. Keep going.
There you go, right there. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's fine. But face
In the hot seat. All right, so Wiley Moscow is a 5th grader here at Morocco, and Mr. Dowdy couldn't be here tonight, but I have what he wrote about him. Wiley is a hardworking, well-respected member of the 5th grade class. His hard work was backed up by an honor roll report card. He is a friend to everyone in the class and enjoys working with the other students in projects and discussions. Outside of school, he plays sports, including football. He was nominated this fall for the Pop Warner Academic Honors Team.
which chooses only a handful of students from each state. He works hard to please the staff, his parents, his friends, and especially himself. I'm honored to be his teacher this year. Mr. Dowdy.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get you out. All right, 1, 2, 3. Perfect, thank you.
Congratulations, Riley.
Yeah,
Like a wine.
like back there, like
Hawaiian one.
Yeah,
or even on your.
I'm thinking more like you see it at a press conference, you know, but
Hey, remind me when we're done with this about what just happened. I had a question.
So Austin DeLeo was nominated by Mrs. Brandt. He is one of our 7th grade students, and Austin is a standout student in our class of really great kids. He is responsible and motivated to do well. He consistently shows a positive attitude towards learning. He follows classroom rules and is respectful, kind, and caring. He is a hardworking and always gives his best on assignments and projects. He participates in cross country and is a role model to his peers. I enjoy having him in class. Austin, you are awesome. Great job, Austin.
Congratulations.
That it? Got staff spotlight?
Yes.
They'll do that one.
Yes, okay, item B is the staff spotlight. I assume
yes.
you'll be doing that? Okay.
And I am honored to bring the staff spotlight forward because we thought with the student spotlight, we should also highlight the great work that our faculty and staff here at North Newton are doing. But first of all, as we're spotlighting staff, I'd like to spotlight Hannah, who is our new administrative assistant / human resources go-to. We have introduced her to the staff, but wanted to make sure that everyone knew her and put a face with a name. But again, what we did was a couple of weeks after we brought back the student spotlight, we thought we should do the staff spotlight as well. And I shot an email out to the staff, to everybody, and said, hey, we're bringing this back. This is what we're looking for. And my inbox got inundated in about 20 minutes by people nominating their coworkers. So tonight is not an inclusive list. We've decided to spread people out across meetings, but the folks that we brought forward tonight initially were people who got multiple votes from multiple colleagues. So we will begin with Celeste Richardson. And I'm going to read these. I'd like to nominate Celeste for the staff spotlight. Since I began working with her, I've had the privilege of seeing how hardworking and dedicated she is to her students. Celeste consistently goes above and beyond, whether it's helping her students reach their academic goals, being their voice when they need one, or providing a safe space within the school. Not only does she help her students, but she also supported me tremendously. Celeste has offered guidance, encouragement, and advice. She's played a major role in keeping me motivated and inspired to pursue a career in education. She is an exceptional teacher, mother, and role model. She's the definition of someone who deserves recognition. And as a parent and coworker, I see all the amazing things that Celeste does with her students. She does it all on her own and still doesn't let anything stop her from being there for her students and coworkers. She always makes others smile and puts everyone else above herself. I'm lucky to call her my friend. She went above and beyond and bought students school clothes, shoes, and supplies, even though she didn't have to, no questions asked. She was asked to help, and that's what she did. As a parent of one of her former students, she still reaches out to see how my son is doing and offers advice to help him with anything he needs. My now second grader started seeing her last year. My daughter came to her not knowing how to read, spell, let alone sound out letters. Celeste reassured me that she'd be on top of it and told me by the end of the semester she'd have my daughter doing all of those things. I didn't believe it because I'd been working so hard to try to get her to do those things. And let me tell you, when Celeste sent me a video of her reading, I cried happy tears. I had seen a miracle worker. I have the pleasure of seeing her work her magic with a lot of kids. She's been the best special education teacher this school has had in this position in many years. We are all lucky to have her as a part of her team. I, for one, am very thankful for her. She deserves to be recognized for all of her hard work. I'd like to congratulate of Morocco Elementary. Next, we have Lucy Makula of Nutrition Services. Hold on.
I don't have that. I don't have that one.
I don't know.
I do.
Say I have it if you need it.
Lucy goes above and beyond, which is evident in this picture because this was taken at Lake Village where she was working behind the counter, filling in for a vacancy, to make sure our kitchens are fully staffed, stocked, and functional on a regular basis. While she's not always physically at a particular kitchen, on any given day, she knows how each individual school kitchen functions, what their strengths and weaknesses are. While we do not often have substitute cooks to fill in when someone is absent, Lucy never hesitates to say, "I'll be there." She's our bright light on a rough day and always knows what to do or say to lift us up both as individuals and a group. Congratulations, Lucy. Next, we have Lori Anderson. Lori is an invaluable asset to our class. She works amazingly with students who are struggling and has a great relationship with students. They respect and trust her. Our classes together function as a true co-teaching model. I can depend on Lori to help in any way I need her. She is simply amazing. And Lori works really hard to keep the special education students and other students too on track and complete work. She will chase them down, help them find work, get new copies of work, pull them to work on missing things, get them caught up from being absent. You name it, she's doing it and always has a smile on her face. And tonight's final recognition is Jimmy Holmes. Mr. Holmes goes above and beyond the call of duty every day. He comes outside to assist with bus duty during arrival and dismissal daily, attends all 3 of the lunch periods to assist in the cafeteria, always greets students with a positive greeting, and tells all the students to have a great day at dismissal. He's been a pillar of this school system for decades. Many of our students are also members of his boxing club. Congratulations, Mr. Holmes. And we continue to take nominations for the staff spotlight, and we'll continue to highlight staff that do an amazing job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, before we move on, thank you to the students that came tonight. We're very proud of you, but this is where if you guys would like to go home, have at it. Otherwise, we'd love for you to stay and enjoy the rest of the meeting if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopeful guy. They gotta go work spreadsheets.
Okay, item 5, non-action. The Unified Handbook, item A.
We have been working on the Unified Handbook on items that do not require updating in policy. So we're trying to keep that work moving forward. And as we update policies, now we can start to go in and build from that. So I will let that lead right into the next item.
Okay. Item B is the first read policy 1422.
Remember, we don't have to read these.
No.
No,
But-
There's a
this is
summary
always
in
in
your,
there. Yeah,
in your
there
own
should be a
packet.
summary in there that Deborah,
Because this is all public, it's online.
yep,
You gotta read it.
but for,
I'm happy to.
You can
Last
read that.
time we were reading like 20
Yeah.
pages on it.
I'm happy to give the summary.
I was sitting there before Sam about halfway through. I'm like, oh my gosh.
yeah,
Oh.
Especially the topics I had to read about.
Okay.
We scratched line item 4B12.6. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Okay. Policy 1422 is a replacement policy. The old policy is being completely replaced by a new policy with mandatory verbiage changes, listing new compliance officers and incorporating other policies that are being rescinded as standalone policies. Once again, policy 1422.
You sound like a used car salesman when you say that.
Item
You sound like you
C.
should be on a game show.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Price is right.
Policy 142202. Don't make me read the whole thing. Rescinding policy that has been worked into another policy or removed altogether. Again, that's 142202.
Item D, policy 1662.
Policy 1662 is rescinding a policy that has been worked into another policy or removed altogether.
Item E, policy 2260.
Policy 2260 is mandatory verbiage changes and listing of new compliance officers.
Item F, policy 2260-01.
They enjoyed it so much that 01 is also mandatory verbiage changes and listing of new compliance officers.
Item G, policy 2266.
Because it can't say reference 2260-01, it is also the mandatory verbiage changes and listing of new compliance officers.
Item H, policy 2623.
Mandatory verbiage changes in the choices or appeal process for retainment due to not passing an iRead score.
Item I, policy 3220.
Mandatory verbiage changes.
Item J, policy 5200.
Mandatory verbiage changes.
Item J, policy 5200.
Mandatory verbiage changes.
Item K, policy 5517.
Mandatory verbiage changes and listing of new compliance officers.
Item L, policy 5517.
Mandatory verbiage changes.
And finally, item M, policy 5610.
Surprise. Mandatory verbiage changes.
Wonderful.
On this real quick, Tyson. Deborah, is this the stuff that you posted to us? And then we posted this online for everybody, and it has all the red lines and stuff. Perfect stuff.
Yeah, she just printed one.
Perfect.
Since we're spending.
So if anybody in the public, they can go through and read this. It's online and give our entertaining reading for tonight.
Yeah, the one is actually like 25 pages long, so fun times.
My attorneys get paid a lot of money writing that stuff up.
And I think,
Okay.
is it all of our new compliance officers is still going to the same Mr. Brooks,
Yeah,
our guidance counselor?
Mr. Brooks is our male because they recommended having a male and a
And a
female.
female.
And then Lauren, the
Yeah.
high school director of guidance, is our female.
Yep.
Item 6, consent agenda. Item A, executive session board meeting minutes of October 8th, 2025. Item B, the regular board meeting minutes of October 8th, 2025. Item C, field trip requests. And item D, the financial claims and reports. Do I have a motion and a second to approve items A through D in the consent agenda?
Move to approve. Second.
Okay. Questions, concerns? From anybody?
On the Patty, what's the net direct deposit at the bottom for 218,338? What's that line item for?
Direct deposit.
Yeah, but I mean, is it a transfer? It says net direct deposit for 218. Is that a transfer between coming to us or going out? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mike, do you know what the Indiana developmental training in Lafayette's for? $22,240. The September invoice for SEVA or
Yeah,
VA.
that's a teacher, Secretary Craig. Is that, you know what that is, Catherine? It's the Indiana Developmental Training.
In Lafayette.
Oh, no, I know what that is. That is it's a class through the co-op.
So it's not included in the co-op payment. This is an additional.
Well, it's not for the co-op. It's where our students get sent to another school. So we get money for that, and then we send that money along. Yeah, because we don't have the program.
Is that a monthly recurring expense? 22,000.
It very well could be at that price, but yeah, like I said, it's a reimbursable.
And the concrete came in less than what we proposed because it looks like it's 17,000 there or
Yeah.
391.
Yeah, I think 19 is what we thought.
We appropriated 19.
Yeah. And it looks great, by the way.
I know that the principal came in last meeting and was talking about how nice it was to have. These. We only had one of the field trip reports. Is that all it is?
Yeah.
I appreciate that it's actually here before the field trip. The donations. Sam, you want to read those off?
Donations is after consent agenda. We gotta vote
Oh,
on
we're
consent
done all
agenda.
that.
Okay, does anybody else, have anything else for items A through D? Nope. All right, motion and a second. We've had discussion. All those in favor to approve consent agenda items A through D, please raise your right hand. Thank you.
Now.
Moving into item 7, donations. Item A, we have the donation from the George Ade Memorial Association, an amount of $250 to the North Newton Junior Senior Art Department for helping with face painting. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that donation?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item B, the donation from the North Newton Athletic Boosters and the amount of $304 to the varsity volleyball program for helping with concessions. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that donation?
Motion to approve.
I will second that. Discussion. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Item 8, the personnel report. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the personnel report?
Motion to approve. Second.
Dr. Mike, is there?
Tonight's pretty straightforward one. We have a transition from probationary to permanent food service worker here at Morocco. We have a resignation as well as filling out some extracurricular positions for some of our winter sports on the back.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor to approve the personnel report, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Moving on to item 9, which is public comment, and we have no one signed up. So do I have a motion and a second to adjourn tonight's meeting?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.